And we are live.
That ugly money.
What up, what up, what up?
That ugly money.
Welcome to yet another edition of the Ugly Money Podcast. Saturday special edition.
That ugly money.
Ricky is on vacation. I'm making it happen by myself.
That ugly money.
Y'all know what I need y'all to do before we get this show started? Drop them cities and locations and hit that like button. Ones in the chat, if you can hear me, I know y'all can hear me loud and clear now. I see it.
That ugly money.
This episode being brought to you by Goliath Phallus Elixir, the #1 all-natural male enhancement product in the country, in the world, and in the stratosphere.
That ugly money.
Men on average last 2 to 3 times longer while using Goliath. So go to GoliathXXL.com to get yours today. All-natural male enhancement product. Now listen, I need y'all to drop them cities and locations in the chat right now.
That ugly money.
They say, yes, sir, we back in business. We back in business. Yes, sir, Skip.
That ugly money.
Drop them cities in the chat right now. Let me know where you at.
That ugly money.
Facebook never let me down. Chi-Town is in the building. Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas in the building.
That ugly money.
LA is in the building. One time the West Coast in the building.
That ugly.
I learned that when you go to the West Coast, you can't say crab leg.
That ugly.
You gotta say sea creature. I made the mistake of going to LA and I was on a podcast and I was talking about a nigga being a crab in the bucket and I didn't realize that was a bad term. My bad.
That ugly money.
Keep hitting that like button, drop them cities and locations. Facebook, give me a star.
That ugly money.
YouTube, give me a like.
That ugly money.
Instagram, give me a heart.
That ugly money.
And TikTok, give me a gift, but just don't put that glizzy in my mouth. That's disrespectful.
That ugly money.
Yeah, I got my summer color on today, Jack.
That ugly money.
Riverdale, Georgia's in the building. One time for the South Side. Is Riverdale still claiming Gucci Man?
That ugly money.
Is Riverdale still claiming Gucci Man?
That ugly money.
Don't worry, we might talk about it tonight.
That ugly money.
Keep hitting them and dropping them cities and locations, man. I got a great episode for y'all today.
That ugly money.
Two brothers that got an amazing story
that ugly
that I know a lot of us are going to be able to relate to.
That ugly money.
Oakland, California is on the check-in. Remember, all super chats will be read and discussed in full. You got something to say it with a super chat. All super chats will be read and discussed in full. And if you got a topic of discussion, something you want me to weigh in, something you want me to react to, go on, say it with a $10 better super chat, and I get right to it.
That ugly money.
Greenville, Mississippi in the building. He said Gucci's still a legend. Gucci. Hey, they get Gucci wrong. They did Gucci wrong. He just had a show in Birmingham, Alabama. It just seemed like it just seemed dead.
That ugly money.
Like they kind of lining them up to make them look bad. I don't like that.
That ugly money.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
That ugly money.
My special guest of the evening.
That ugly money.
One by way of Rochester, New York.
That ugly money.
The other down way of that Florida.
That ugly money.
Both of these men have had very interesting stories.
That ugly money.
Tales of triumph and tribulation.
That ugly money.
Tales of resiliency.
That
Y'all show your love one time.
That ugly money.
For real.
That ugly money.
Khalid.
That ugly money.
What's up, brother?
What it do? Hook fish market,
man.
Now, let's start from the beginning. Khalid. Who was Khalid before? Because we know that you're an entrepreneur now. You got things going. But let's go back a little bit. Before you were the entrepreneur that you is today on the Ugly Money Podcast, can you explain to me who you were and what you were doing and what put you in a peculiar situation to where you're at now?
So, around the age when I was 14 years old, I ended up getting caught in some trouble and facing a life sentence.
Whew.
Of 2 criminal possessions of a weapon, attempted robbery, and 2 counts of murder in the 2nd degree.
Bruh, that's not it.
I was facing a life sentence.
Wait a minute, hold on. You said robbery?
Attempted robbery.
2
gun charges.
2 gun charges.
And 2 counts of murder in the 2nd degree.
Hold on. We can laugh about it now, thank God.
That ugly money.
Okay, the robbery was attempted. I mean, he attempted the robbery.
That ugly money.
But they say that you did. They said you allegedly did the murder.
For sure.
Crazy. Okay.
That ugly money.
I was with a couple of associates and long story short, things went left. We tried to get a vehicle to go do something, and the person that was in the vehicle ended up getting killed.
Woo.
So I ended up going to jail like about 5 months later, and going through the whole court process. Throughout the court process, the maximum was 15 to life. The minimum they was trying to give me was 5. I told them meet me in the middle, and I take a plea deal because they didn't really have no evidence on who did what.
Right.
There was my co-defendants also there, but they was aiming towards me and one of my other co-defendants. And they met me in the middle. He took his plea deal, so I had to take mine.
Right.
Because if else it would have been more time. So I took my plea deal.
He went on out of there.
Yeah, he took his, I took mine, and then I did 7 years.
7 years.
That ugly money.
You know, I think now more than ever in the past, I would say 2 years, at least the culture has been paying attention to court matters with Thug and Dirk and Gunna and plea deals. Like, explain to us civilians
that ugly money.
The plea deal, because it seems like every time somebody get out of jail, they want to put a certain word on them.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
A little bit.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And so I guess expound on me on how a person can take a plea and not exactly be considered that word.
Okay, so when you get a plea deal, depending on what plea deal you take, I took my plea deal, basically being involved with the crime, but they not knowing who did it. So basically I took felony murder, just being involved with other people, and the act happened where somebody died. And what that happened is I didn't have to actually admit to doing anything.
Right.
I just had to admit to being there.
Talk to the mic.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah, you
My
good.
fault. I just had to admit to being there, and then when I took the plea deal, basically that's all I did was admit to being there, being my idea or whatever the case may be, and they gave me 7 years of life.
Now, question. So in your plea deal, you basically said on yourself that I was there. I don't know what else nobody else got. I was there. Could Gunna had done that?
So I don't know what Gunna got going on, but
Oh shit!
no disrespect, but
Right.
I can only speak for myself.
Right.
In my situation, so in my situation, I know that it was a possibility that they was aiming more towards me because I
Right.
was the youngest, and the more the fingers point towards me. So I know that if I took that plea, the deal with me just being there versus me taking the risk of going to trial and getting
Right.
way more time, it'd be better for me and my family. I have a better chance of coming home at least early before I'm too old. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Did you do it? Don't answer it.
That ugly money.
Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Don't answer that.
That ugly
Hey,
money.
thank God that you home.
That ugly-
Thank God we can have a laugh about it now.
That ugly
You know what I'm
money.
saying? Because I know what was going on. It definitely wasn't a laughing matter.
That ugly money.
All right, Rip, you've had similar circumstances. Talk to me about, first and foremost, what part of Florida you from?
I'm from Sanford, Florida.
Come on, man. Shouts out to Sanford.
That ugly
We
money.
having some brothers on Sanford on this live.
Big shout out to Sanford, man. But I live in the Rock since '93. You know.
Yes, sir.
So that's where the movement at right now. My story is a little bit similar to my bro right next to me and stuff. Where I ended up in prison, twice. First time it was a 6 to life bid.
Woo!
In the state, for selling narcotics, and then the second time a 5-year bid in the feds for selling narcotics.
Damn.
Yeah, I ain't learned the lesson the first time.
Entrepreneurial young man.
Yeah. But the second time, it got to me, and I understood, my mission at that time, you know what I mean? So when I came home, I had made, real serious changes, and, I corrected myself while I was on the inside to make different moves on the outside.
Amen. Sure. Now, a lot of times I've heard people, especially on this show, they say when a person's on their way back, a lot of the guards say, see you when you get back. What has to happen in a man's mind for him to actually change his ways and not go back to prison?
Well, I think first he got to want to change. He got to be willing to be open-minded to difference, because we think in one way, and what we know we go back to, right? And this is what the guards be relating to when they be like, oh, I see you when you get back, because they know him 9 times out of 10, as soon as a brother get into a hard time, he go back to what he know, right. You know what I mean? But what I did was I learned and I taught myself another way. I set myself up for, you know, it was a plan that I had when I was in this program called RDAP, you know what I mean? And if you ever been in the feds, you know about RDAP, you know what I mean? You get a year off or whatever the case may be, but you know, you can learn something. And it got to me, and I learned, you know what I mean? Right. And I learned to be open-minded, you know what I mean? I learned to not awfulize about things, and it was a way of changing my thought pattern. Amen. And it stuck with me. So when I came home, I was willing to be open-minded. I was willing to go receive help, you know what I mean? And I knew that once I put myself out there to needing help and looking for these resources, I had to stand 10 toes down just like I did in the drug game.
Amen. Amen.
That ugly money.
Question, how hard is it for a black man to get a job after getting out of jail with a felony?
I could vouch for this. So since I've been home, I've been denying 40 jobs in Rochester.
40 jobs?
Over 40 jobs, I'm telling you. So,
whew.
That's why I end up doing what I do now and open up my business. So now what I do is I go into the system. I go to juveniles. I go to the schools. I speak to these kids. I'm teaching them entrepreneurship, how to manage their emotions,
right.
How to cope with certain things, right peers, right mentors, financial literacy, certain things so they could be able to get above the job program and want to be a boss,
right.
Entrepreneur, somebody that can actually make moves, make moves and actually do something with their life for real. You know what I'm saying?
So you get out, they say rehabilitate yourself, put you back into society, don't do the things that you were doing, and then you try to get employment and you get denied 40 times.
Yeah.
That's why niggas go back.
That ugly money.
Do you think that former system is broken? Because it almost seems like, well, if you're out as a grown man, it's almost like you have no choice but to go back to what you know if you don't have an ulterior option.
Yeah, so for me, example, I came home, and that's another thing that happened. This is another problem that people face. I had a job, so I was actually able to save money, come home, have some money, buy a car, buy the things I needed to get by, and I ended up getting a job at a gas station.
Okay.
Worked at that gas station for about almost 2 years.
Okay.
Had a manager. Shout out to Tanisha. She was giving me all the hours, making sure that I was able to stack that bread.
Right.
Tanisha got fired. They hired a different manager. The manager started giving me 18 hours, 10 hours a week.
Oh, wow.
Now, at this time, I'm paying bills. I got a car note. I'm doing certain things, so I'm getting paid this money, but it's not really doing anything for real. So I end up getting into a car accident and quitting the job because I was paying for a rental to get to the job, but I was paying more on the rental than I was getting paid.
You was almost like a hamster in a hamster wheel.
Exactly.
It was working, but you weren't going nowhere.
Yeah,
Damn.
So I lost the job. I'm like, all right, cool. No more jobs. I started messing with the weed a little bit. For me, trying to make a little bit of money, and it wasn't really nothing for real. And I kept trying to get jobs, and I kept applying. That's how I was getting denied 40. I was going to the places, they was pulling my record and seeing my charges, and I'm like, that's when I was 14. I'm 21 now at the time, and I'm 25 now, so I could vouch, like, you know, my mindset is completely different from back then. And
right. So even though you got locked up as a juvenile, it still carried on with you into your adult life.
Absolutely.
Oh wow, that's cool.
That ugly money.
Rip, I gotta ask you a question.
What up?
What is the craziest thing you seen while locked up?
I would have to say one of the craziest things I ever seen when I was locked up. I was in the feds. Dude was smoking some deuce. And
hold on. Civilian. Habitual sidewalk nigga.
What
you please explain? Yeah. Oh, yeah. you know.
Well, deuce,
nigga.
Deuce, this is like the K2 version of the weed, you know,
okay.
K2.
K2, got it.
And I don't know, you know, this man, it had to be super potent, you know what I mean? Because he smoked it, and then next thing you know, he grabbed his head. He had dreads, and he was like, yo, the snakes, they were trying to bite me.
Wow.
So he's holding the dreads, and he's like trying to do the dreads like
Holding
this.
his own dread.
Yeah, saying that these snakes, and they were trying to bite him, and I'm talking about he just did like a dive backwards on his head. Boom, fell to the ground, went to flopping around like a fish till the police came and got him.
Wait a minute, hold on. Slow down.
That ugly money.
You get on the dope.
That ugly money.
Think that snakes, your hair is snakes.
That ugly money.
And turn into a fish.
That ugly
Turned into a
money.
fish.
Yeah, I don't want to smoke that shit, bro.
That ugly money.
That's one of them things, like, you know, bro, whatever you smoking, let you smoke it, because we don't want none of that. And so you mean to tell me, yeah. Okay, so drug usage is pretty big out there.
Everywhere. And just because you're in jail, you know, everything is still there, just like the streets.
Wow.
You know, so.
Wow. Okay. Same question.
Stop the
Same question, Khalil. Craziest thing you saw while locked up?
I'm not gonna reference the drugs because that's normal up there in prison.
Okay.
A lot of people want drugs. And I don't really judge because I feel like everybody find a way to get through that, because up there in prison it's different.
Right.
And with the economy going up and things getting expensive, that
Right.
support ain't really it ain't there no more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the craziest thing I seen constantly was violence amongst police, beating upon the inmates and stuff like that. And then they act like the inmates was doing it to each other. So that's probably the craziest thing I see. And the only reason I say crazy is because I feel like if you can act like two inmates is fighting and the whole time you beating both of the inmates up and you get away with that and nothing happened, then that's just crazy to me.
What reason is the police beating up on the inmates, just because they bored, or?
I feel like it's a little bit of racism. I think it's a little bit of a lot of racism.
You know,
and
plus
just,
you,
hate, just pure hate. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't know us. You just looking at a whole bunch of black guys, dreads, tattoos, and you just automatically assuming thugs, gangsters.
Right.
But you're not understanding that these people that actually went through stuff, you don't know what everybody went through in their life.
Right.
And what led them to being in jail. So they in here, and you feeling like because they young, they 20, and they might act a little crazy, but you know they're not fully developed yet.
Right.
So what you expect?
What is more violent, the juvenile system or the actual? Because you went in as a juvenile. Did you do any adult time?
Yeah, I did prison time too.
So which system is more violent, the juvenile system or the adult?
Definitely the adult by far. By far. Just because it's bigger, more people, less staffing, less supervising. Juvenile, I would say it's a lot of fighting. You know, you're gonna fight.
Right.
yeah, when you're in that big house, it's real.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You get stabbed.
You can lose your life.
You know what I mean? So, you know, every day, it go down. They pull that pin every day in the pen. So, you know, it's real work in there.
So every day that you basically wake up is a day that could be your last.
Yes, absolutely.
Sure.
And is that something that does that ever subside, or is that something that stays in the back of your mind every day?
It have to stay in the back of your mind every day because you're on alert every day. You know what I mean? Ain't no peaceful days in prison. You know, you must stay ready, you know, so you don't have to get ready. You know, so that, you know, it's real, you know, it's real life, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Can a person go through prison without committing another crime and without fighting another inmate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen.
Seen that happen.
Yes. It's very rare. You know, because, you know, when you first go to prison, you know, they give you a 2-year adjustment time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they understand that you're in the real world and then you're walking into a jungle. So they give you a 2-year adjustment time to where they expect you to come in and catch tickets and you know, you're in a different system now.
Right.
You know what I mean? To disobey it. So, but I did meet one individual in Auburn Correctional Facility that he had, when I had met him, he had 26 years in without an incident or a ticket.
Wow. And that just minding your business.
Absolutely. But what it did also was, you would say that was good in that sense, but in another sense, they label him institutionalized.
Wow.
Because they saying like, how could you do this without catching a ticket or an infraction?
It's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Absolutely.
So if you don't commit a crime, you institutionalized. If you do commit a crime, they're gonna give you more time.
Ding, ding, ding.
That ugly money.
I've been on record saying that it's just it seems like it's just way too hard to be a street nigga. Cause it's like, okay, your coworkers wanna slime you out, your boss wanna finesse you, the competition wanna kill you, and the police trying to catch you. And if you winning, your bitch gonna try to call the police cause you fucking hoes. It's just like everybody's trying to get you, and all you're trying to do is to, you know, at some point in time provide for your family. It's like everybody is. It's almost like it's a trap. It's like you
Charlotte's Web.
And then what's crazy to me is if you stay in, you ain't shit. You a deadbeat if you got kids. But if you get out, they look at you sideways. It's just like what the fuck what you want a nigga to do?
That ugly money.
Yeah, you know, I'm going through that right now. You know what I mean? To where, as in, you know, after making the transition
Right.
from the streets to, you know, being legit business, and, you know, it's hard.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because everybody look at you differently now. You know, the money ain't the same. So, you know, all the people that was coming, especially if you were successful in the streets, you know what I mean? Now, them same people that need help 20 years ago, they still need help. You know what I mean? But now you ain't got it to give them. So now the cricket eye come. You know what I mean? And oh, you this, that, you know what I mean? And now you funny.
I can only imagine, as far as women, if a person is successful in the streets and a woman is accustomed to a certain lifestyle and he go in, and once they close them doors, we all know that as soon as they close them doors, she gonna open her legs to another nigga. But when you get back out and you no longer want that life and you have to build a legitimate business, of course that money is a lot slower. Those women change up on you, do they?
Absolutely.
For sure.
Is it realistic for a man to believe that his woman is gonna keep her legs closed while he doing his bid?
Absolutely not. If you think that, you're a fool. I mean, it's like,
If you got 2 weeks, you got a chance.
Free game alert.
Say them hoes keep you 100 for 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks, it's over. Summertime, 3 days.
Like, do brothers, because I can only imagine, you locked behind this wall, this woman is out there. I mean, I can only imagine like brothers crashing out because they chicks getting smashed, just thrashed while they on the outside.
honestly, I feel like when you go to jail, especially if it's for some dumb shit, and you know, we all make mistakes, so you know, it's like life lessons. I don't even call them like mistakes, life lessons.
Right.
That's your time to reflect on yourself. So if you worried about what your girl doing, unless you got kids with her and you worry about the family and you generally worry about the family, you know what I'm saying? You should worry about reflecting, because it's a lot of stuff that you could utilize in there, because you can't take yourself out of there.
Right.
So while you in there, you got to take advantage of what they got to offer, so when you come home, you could be ahead. Because all that trying to get a job, they ain't cutting it. They're not paying $17.50 an hour, $20 an hour, economy too high. You ain't going to make it.
Right. Now, so basically, the moment you get booked and sent up north, break up with her.
That ugly money.
Break up with her, or don't believe that that's your cat no
Just
more.
be friends.
Wow.
That's my dog. That's it. You got to keep it like that. That's the only way it's going to work.
Have you seen men in there crashing out about a chick?
Yes.
All the time.
Crash out here about chicks. So
Yeah.
you know they crashing out about there. They about
Yeah.
hated
All the time.
every day in there. They could be coming home tomorrow. Female find out something, they ready to crash out.
Wow. And you over here trying to fight for your life. And you gotta worry about this pussy on the outside. You can't even hit the pussy. Now I've had brothers that come on my show that said that when in prison, the only thing they do everything we do on the outside except drive cars.
True. And some jails you drive cars too.
Wow.
Yeah, you might got a little car that you might drive around the prison.
I've had a guy that said that he was getting tons of pussy in jail.
Yeah, he was in a camp.
Possible.
Yeah. He had to been in a federal camp or,
Right.
you know what I mean,
Let's say
to
possible.
where, you know, you could move around, you know. Because if you leave a federal camp, it's called absconding. It ain't escape. You know what I mean? And they don't really got guards. As long as you be back for the count, you good.
Wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute.
That ugly money.
You at a federal camp, that means you can run out the camp to the hotel up the street, smash something, and come back?
Yes.
That ugly money.
Oh, shit.
That ugly money.
I ain't wishing that on myself, but I mean,
ugly money.
if I was ever to get locked up, I would want to be in the camp.
That ugly money.
It ain't easy to get there.
It ain't okay. You got to pull some strings to get in the camp.
Yeah, you know, you got to be like a first-time offender for everything in your life to be able to get there, or, you know, you did a good amount of time in your classification on drop to get there. You know?
Now, a lot of times, the guys that I talked to, they said that they be smashing the guards.
That ugly money.
Facts.
And they say that the key, I don't know how much I can talk about it, don't incriminate yourself, but the key to getting shit in the jail and getting pussy in the jail is the guards.
I never had that experience of getting anything in the jail.
Amen.
You know what I mean? So I can't even speak on that.
There it is.
That ugly money.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's media training on how to mind your business and catch no other shit.
That ugly.
Let's talk about some legal shit.
That ugly money.
All right, Khalil. You get out of jail. You denied 40 times a job. When do you make the decision, and how do you make the decision to start an entrepreneurship and start your own business?
So I would say, actually, I started my business back in July, so it ain't even been running for a year yet.
Okay.
So basically, I was going through a little situation where I was dealing with somebody and she had a miscarriage or something. Maybe like 2 miscarriages back to back, to be honest. I'm being real. And you know how that get when you're dealing with a shorty, it get rocky, and then everything just start falling apart. Boom. That happened. Car crash, bought a messed up car, and then ultimately, I say probably like suicide.
Ooh.
You know, thinking about, but I lost a friend to suicide, so that was the reason for me to avoid, you know, taking that route. But if it wasn't for my friend doing that, then that's kind of how I was feeling at the time.
I mean, I can only imagine, like, you know, a brother being on top of the world and getting everything taken from him, and then getting out and it gets no better. It's almost like it's no rest. Like it's no relief from the ongoing trauma or the turmoil in a person's life, where they may feel like they have no other choice. I mean, is that kind of accurate?
Yeah, that's kind of how I was feeling. Because even before that, I used to do stuff to get money, you know, sell drugs. But I used to be paranoid doing that. Because I'm like, I got parole. I'm on parole for life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get off of this. The only way I could see it, and the only thing I could say is after that night when I thought of that, I don't know what God did. He woke me up, and I was thinking different. I'm like, I got to do something. I had $2,000 to my name, probably like $3,000, and I threw an event. The whole event, I gave away book bags,
Already.
hamburgers, everything that I had. I just gave everything I had for that. I'm like, you know what? I want to start something, and I did that event. I had opened up an LLC probably 2 months before that. After that event, I just started just reaching more and more and start getting contracts with the jail so I can make my own money to go into these places and share my knowledge of what I've learned and what I've gone through and what I'm going through and change somebody's life. So using this ultimately, this bad situation of not getting jobs, always being looked at sideways because of my charge or what I did in my past, I just use that shit as fuel now.
So you went to jail and then turned around when you got out of jail and eventually went back to jail to get your money. That's crazy.
That ugly money.
That's how you beat the system, bitch ass niggas. He's like, I'm about to come back in here and get their money this time.
That ugly money.
Now, I mean, when you go back and you doing your work and contracting your work, I mean, that first time going back into a facility, was there a certain level of apprehension stepping back into those walls?
Yeah, it was like, cause now you got to think I'm going into a facility that I didn't leave not too long ago.
Wow.
So I'm dealing with the same COs that was literally watching me grow from 15 to 20.
Wow.
So they looking at me like, bro, you really like blew my mind, because we looking at you like we didn't even expect for you to come home, one, because you had life, but let alone come home. Now you back in here teaching these kids all these life lessons and life things that they can utilize when they come home. Like, they like, nah. So when I go there, I feel good.
That's all. That's all right.
That ugly money.
Rip, going legit. How hard is it? And what was your process?
Very hard. My process was, after I came home from prison, I started working construction. Realized that, I ain't want to put in them hours for them people no more.
You and me either, boy.
You know what I mean?
That's hard work right there, boy.
I decided to open up a cleaning company with my man I was locked up with. We ran that for about a year and some change. An opportunity came for me to be involved in the fish market. I eventually took the offer. I had a vision for it, and eventually over time I end up buying out my partner, then buying the building of the fish market, and then opening up the fish market. The vision was for me, to come home and make a change for me and my kids, to show them to be a father that I wasn't, from being back and forth in prison. I got 2 terms in prison, 1 state, 1 feds. Shout out to everybody that's locked up, man, But when I was in the feds this time, man, I realized that I needed to make a change, and I came home, opportunity presented itself, and I took it, Hook Fish Market was born. Anybody want to follow us, Hook Fish, on Instagram,
Free game
Facebook,
alert.
TikTok. Follow us, Hook Fish. We doing a big black-owned fish market in Rochester, New York.
That ugly money.
About the toughest in town.
Amen, brother.
That ugly money.
But more importantly is that we really for the hood. I'm from the streets. I understand them. I respect them. They respect me. That's why I make it a business, my business, to give back heavily to my hood.
Right.
And try to get everybody involved into giving back. And trying to start a new movement with the, you support us, we support you. If you don't want to support the same people that support you, then we'll stop giving you that support.
Amen to that.
And so that's the movement that I'm on right now. I just cracked open a non-for-profit, called River Rise and Restore. We finna get ready and do a bike drive for the kids in the community. Like I say, we super heavy in the community, in the hood of what we do. Hook Fish Market also give out high school scholarships.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Go from being, hey man, that's
That ugly money.
that's what it's about, bro.
That ugly money.
It's people that's been out their whole lives,
Right.
and can't say they done some of those things y'all boys doing.
That
You know what I'm
ugly
saying?
money.
And the fact that y'all might have started a little late, but made up for lost time is amazing. And that's a testament to just intestinal fortitude.
That ugly money.
I know niggas that never did a day of nothing, a day of time, a day of work, a day of shit. You know what I mean? And they just lazy.
Yeah.
Is that something that you picked up as far as like the hustle, y'all? Is that something that you picked up incarcerated, or is that just in a person?
For me, I would say it got to be in you, but when you really clear your mind and figure out what you want to do, it get bad. Like, you really hustling hard now. Like, you ready for it. Because like I remember being young trying to sell weed as a kid,
Right.
like 13, and I feel like that's still a hustler. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
for
You
sure.
trying to find ways to make money, even though I wasn't making that much money.
Right.
I was still trying to make money. But when I was in jail, and I had time, I just let me make some money. I got to come home with something. I came home with almost $20,000.
You know, I've heard this too. I've heard that jail can be extremely lucrative.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Without saying too much.
That ugly money.
I'm gonna just tell you what the people told me. They're not gonna say it. I'm saying it.
That ugly money.
They say sometimes it's more money in jail than it is on the outside.
That ugly money.
They say a carton of cigarettes go for $400 out that motherfucker.
That ugly money.
By swindle, by goddamn guard, by drone, they gonna get it in. They say that cigarettes sell better than weed in jail.
That ugly
And
money.
if you think about it, motherfucker addicted to them cigarettes, them motherfuckers want them goddamn cigar. You know, if you got a camp or a spot that you can't smoke at,
That ugly
cigarettes is pretty high on the goddamn food chain.
That ugly money.
I'm just telling you what I heard. They didn't say that. I did. So it is some money plays in jail.
Absolutely. Big money plays.
Not including yourself. What are some of the most prosperous money plays that you have seen in jail?
I'm gonna keep it legit. I was in juvenile a lot, so if I'm talking for the youth that's in there that got the opportunity to make money, they
Right.
got job opportunities, you know.
Okay. Oh, so they can get a job. They can get a job.
You can get a job in juvenile.
Okay.
Especially in juvenile. Prison a little bit different, you know. You got to make money doing it you know.
Yeah.
But in juvenile, you can make money the right way, and you can do a little, you know. It's all about who you know.
You know.
That ugly money.
Nah, for me, being in the pen is where you're gonna see all the real money. You know what I mean? Being played with. Because that's where everybody got the real time. You know what I mean? So the drugs are important. You know what I mean? To keep everything going.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, for me, that's where I seen the most drugs being sold at is in the pen.
I got a partner.
That ugly money.
I think I can say his name because he came on my podcast and talked about it, but I'm still not going to say his name.
That
But
ugly
anyway, I got a partner
That ugly money.
who went in jail probably $1,000. He came out of jail $1 million. And I remember he used to call me like every other night because he was trying to get me to manage his rap career. I'm like, nigga, you locked up. He said, nigga, shit, I'm recording this bitch. And bro, I lie to you not, I never seen nobody in jail live like this. Nigga had Domino's Pizza, Popeyes. I'm talking about he had niggas in that bitch cutting his hair. I'm like, nigga, you was a kingpin in that bitch. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know, but I remember he used to send me videos, right? It's a funny story. He used to send me video. He like, man, post this shit on the gram, man. Let these folk know how I'm living in here. I'm like, nigga, you gonna get locked up more.
That ugly money.
And I never forget, bro. Like, he sent me a video and his whole goddamn dorm room was filled with, this nigga had bags of cigarettes, bags of some other controlled substance, balls of some other controlled substance. And I'm like, nigga, you Pablo in that bitch.
That ugly money.
And he like, yeah, nigga, I'm in this motherfucker eating Domino's pizza, man. Got the motherfucking guard bitch to get me some pizza. I'm like, so I'm like, you see the old gangster movies where, all the gangsters is in there eating good and shit like that. So there is a way for certain people that connected where they can live a pretty decent life.
Absolutely. Yeah. Especially to be in jail.
As long as you got the money.
But you got to have the money on.
That ugly money.
Yeah, man.
That ugly money.
I pray I never have to find out.
That ugly money.
Don't go.
Fuck no. Fuck no.
That ugly money.
All right, man. Rip, if you had a chance and opportunity to tell your younger self something before you got locked up, what would you tell yourself?
Before I got locked up, I would tell myself to have a plan for the money that you're gonna make. You know what I mean? It ain't the drug game was never meant for it to be like a career. You know what I mean? And I feel as though, you know what I mean, it was an opportunity for black people back in the 80s, 90s, the early 2000s. It was a way to make money. You know what I mean? It was a way out for us. You know what I mean? So we had an opportunity to make money, but we blew it fast as we made it. You know what I mean? So if I had an opportunity, I would tell myself to save my money or have a plan for my money.
Notice he ain't say he didn't tell himself not to do it.
That ugly money. that ugly
A
money.
real hustler, bitch. That nigga say, hey, man, you gonna do it, Just have a plan for it, nigga. Open a car wash.
That's it. Don't stay.
Ah, shit. And that's real, though. That's real. I mean, because at the end of the day, it's a lick. You supposed to get in and get out.
Absolutely.
I think sometimes people mess up where they get in it and they thinking it's like a 401k plan in the streets. Like, bro, ain't no retirement plan.
It'd be hard to get out. You know what I mean? It'd be hard. That's why you got to have a plan. You know what I mean? If you're gonna do it, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I truly believe doing it the right way is the best way. You know what I mean? From being on both sides of the field. You know what I mean? Because once you earn it the right way, you could keep it. You know what I mean? Now you could have fun with it. You could do other things with it. You could go buy shit with it. You know what I mean? When you got the street money, it's hard for you to be able to go buy stuff with all of this money. You sitting on $300,000-$400,000 and you can't really go do nothing unless you got auntie or grandma and you try to. Right. Now you putting them in trouble.
All street niggas.
That ugly money.
Hey,
that ugly money.
Bring the money to me.
That ugly money.
I got tons of legitimate businesses that need capital.
That ugly money.
About to start a film company.
That ugly money.
Some of y'all niggas can own your own movie.
That ugly.
Bring the money to me.
That ugly money.
Wait a minute, that might be a crime too. Don't bring the money to me.
That ugly money.
That's money laundering. I don't want to go to jail.
That ugly money.
I'm just letting you know. Don't bring the money to me.
That ugly money.
I mean, you gotta think about like because I've never classified myself as a street ninja, but my business has always been with street ninjas, right? I was a club promoter. I was on the radio. The niggas that's buying out the club and buy the bottles in the club, street niggas. You know what I'm saying? I remember, man, it was a dude, man. Shout out to my brother Red the Rain Man at Augusta. That nigga used to pay me $300 when we cut the lights on in the club at 1:45. The club shut down at 2. He'll pay me $300 to cut them lights off for 15 more minutes. Nigga, you know how many times I cut them motherfucking lights off? Hey, Red the Rain Man say we ain't stopping till 2:15, bitch. We'll take it. And so you get real, you get in cool, you build a relationship with these brothers or whatever, and it's just like the money's so fast for them, and the rest of us, squares, is thinking like, damn. That nigga just threw that $300 like it was $3. Nigga, I really needed that shit though. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, if he knew what I knew, I could take that kind of paper and quadruple it.
Right, do something with it for real.
For sure.
That ugly money.
And I see like a lot of brothers, they just do stupid shit. I'm like, you're taking lifelong chances with your freedom. And you go buy jewelry and Jordans, and it's like
that ugly money.
No, nigga, like take that money and actually make something that can make you more money.
Right.
I got real good at getting my money pregnant about 10 years ago, and I don't know. It's just like, is it knowledge or is it the fact that niggas just think this shit never gonna stop?
I think it's knowledge. I think they lacking the knowledge of what to do with the money when they really get it. You know what I mean? Because as niggas, we ain't never have the money, man. And then when we do finally run across $20,000-$30,000, it's hard to tell you something, and then you want to go blow it how you want to go blow it.
That's it. You can't tell them shit.
Right. I can go make another $5,000 tomorrow.
Hey,
you
man.
know what I mean? So it be hard, you know what I mean, to tell a brother, yo, you supposed to do this, you supposed to do that, because now you that person, oh, you hating and you this and you that, instead of be that person like, oh, this man is telling me this out of love, respect, you know what I mean, to do something with my money instead of blow it, instead of let the police come get it. Because when they get you, they going to get your money too, you know what I mean? Every time I whip, they wipe my nose, you know what I mean?
That's crazy. The police.
That ugly money.
I had somebody say that the police is the biggest gang in the world.
Absolutely.
That ugly money.
Sometimes they worse than criminals. They criminals.
Man, they is.
Today rob a nigga blind.
Man, done.
The police arrived.
The police.
Oh, we found $100,000. Like it was $250,000 in that bitch.
Right. Oh yeah. You seen the movie Rip? The Rip?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna have to go ahead and check them about that too. You know what I mean? Using my name on that movie. You know what I mean?
Come on, man.
That ugly money.
Pay up.
There's only one rip, man. It's hook fish.
That ugly money.
Hey, man. Khalil, if you could tell your younger self before you got locked up one thing, what would you tell yourself?
If it's before I'm getting locked up, I say keep your head up. It's gonna be a long road, cause it was a long road. You know what I'm saying? Just keep your head up. It's gonna be a long road.
So you wouldn't tell yourself not to do it. You would tell yourself to be prepared for what's ahead.
Yeah, because only reason why I say that is it's more like life experience. You have to go through stuff to get that wisdom.
Amen.
If you don't go through it, then you ain't gonna really know what to do with. Like if you got 100,000, you never had it before,
Right.
you gonna blow it.
Yeah, facts.
You know.
Sure.
So it's certain things you just gotta know. In order to know it, you gotta go through it.
I envision like jail, kind of like war. I went to war. I went to Iraq. I was there for a year, and then you know, every day could be your last. You know what I'm saying? The conditions are less than favorable. You know, we sleeping in, you know, tents with barely any AC. You know, it's shit everywhere. It stink, you know, and motherfuckers trying to kill you. And I can remember a time where a couple people in my camp, they started offering themselves, and I'm like, you know, because they didn't see a way out, and I'm like, okay, if we signed up for this, I can only imagine what the jails is like. Cause them niggas don't want to be there. We supposedly want to be there.
That ugly money.
You know what I'm saying? And that shit suck. Like war sucks. You know what I'm saying? It's fun shooting people, but it suck when they shoot back. I ain't gonna cap that shit.
That ugly money.
I like you. Hey, bro. Let me tell you something. Tell you some big story. Hey, nigga, man, listen. All my shit legal. Hey, man, it's fun as hell shooting that motherfucker.
That ugly money.
It's fun as fuck. It's like playing a video game. Like literally playing Call of Duty in real life. Pew, pew, pew. Pow, pow, pow. It's just when the motherfuckers shoot back, that shit hit different. Now, see, when you really in the field and you really done did some real work as far as them goddamn guns, nigga, you ain't scared of pops and you ain't scared of booms. What you scared of is, phew, come on, man.
That ugly money.
Come on, man. That motherfucker. That mean that bitch still in the air. That bitch still in the air and it get closer to you. And so I can remember times where like, what the fuck? Oh, shit. Get down, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The pops and the booms didn't fuck with me no more. That mean that bitch detonated and I'm still here, so I'm all right. But that, nigga, shit.
I ain't go through the army, but I heard this.
Man, listen, bro. And then, you know, to see a person unalived, like, right before your eyes, when I hear rappers talk about death and killing, I know that they lying, because it ain't nothing cool about it.
That ugly money.
You know what I'm saying? To seeing another person unalive, it ain't something that you're gonna be like, yeah, nigga, let's do that shit again. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's, any life that I had to take over there, I still remember their face. I remember this kid, I had to do what I had to do. He couldn't have been over 13, 14 years old. Right between the eyes. And I still can see his face today. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no crazy ass nightmares because nigga, he was trying to kill us. Nigga, I got you. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I do it again. Right. But you still see his face, and it's not nothing that's just so glorified, like, yeah, nigga, yeah, pop that boy right between, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing like I would just brag about it. Unless you're clinically insane.
That ugly money.
So, I mean, I guess we all, as men, I think that hard times build strong men.
Absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's why you guys were able to get out into society and build something real, because of the hard times that you have acquired in your younger years, to let you know, like, everybody else panicking, you like, nigga, shit, ain't nobody dead, ain't nobody locked up, calm down.
Right. We can figure this shit out.
Right. Because I know a lot of times with me, when I opened up my studio, and some of my staff used to be tripping, like, oh, what we gonna do? And I'm like, nigga, somebody dead? Somebody locked up? Is the money fucked up? Then what is y'all worried about, nigga? We'll figure that shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, other people that may have not been through something won't be able to troubleshoot something versus my partners that been locked up or whatever. They cool, calm, and collected. You know what I mean? So, nah, man, I think that tough times breed strong men.
That ugly money.
I truly believe that as well, man, because like you just said, nigga done had a hard his whole life. You know what I mean?
Fact.
I've been on go from day one. You know what I mean? I just honestly, before coming out here, because I get up every morning, 5:30, 6 o'clock every morning, and I work all the way through to 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Amen.
And then I get up, and I've been doing that for 4 years in that fish market, right? I just got up Friday morning, 6 o'clock.
Right.
I ain't go to sleep until I got here.
Wow.
It's got like 13, 14-hour drive, right?
You know what I mean? I worked all day from 6 in the morning to 12:30, and then I got on the road and drove straight through here, nonstop, because that's how important this was to get this message out. You know what I mean? Let people know that, when you want to succeed, you have to put in the work. You know what I mean? It's all work, no play. You know what I mean? And when you strive for greatness, it'll come to you.
Amen, brother.
Sure.
Amen, brother.
That ugly money.
All right, man, before we get out of here, this is the Ugly Money Podcast. It's the process of success. Everything between your first dollar and your first million, that's ugly money. The highs, the lows, the ups, the downs. I know there was a time in your life where you felt like things weren't going right, obviously. Name a time in your life, Khalil first. Name a time in your life where you fell down and you got back up, and how'd you do it?
Let's see. I'll probably say right before I came home, like towards the end of my bed, I had this young lady that I was dealing with. She was like my best friend. She passed away. Her name is Scooby. Long live Scooby.
Long live.
Shout out.
Scooby stayed around my whole sentence. She stayed around the whole bed. She passed away 2 years before I came home. And I mean, when I say she stayed around the whole way, she catching the train in the wintertime to come see me with my mom. They getting stuck at the prison. They giving me extra hours on the visit just because they can't leave that facility.
Wow.
So when she passed away, I got threw myself in this little hole where I just kind of just locked myself in my cell, didn't come out, wasn't eating, drinking, or nothing. And I say like, I was in that depression phase for probably 2 weeks straight. Wow. I went to the funeral. I was able to actually see her and believe it.
So they let you go to the funeral?
Yeah. I was able to finesse a way to go there.
Okay, so.
And what I'm saying is basically once I went through that and I got over that and I was able to understand that everything happened for a reason, and I believe in God 100%. And I know that I'll never know that reason and want to accept that reason. But I know that motivation that I got after that for sure was how I got over that hump, knowing that I was doing all of this for her and them.
Amen, bro.
That ugly money.
Sometimes.
That ugly money.
How to send the message in different ways, boy. It may not be the way we want to send it, boy. He gonna send the message. He gonna make sure it get to you. It definitely won't be the way we wanted to get it, though.
That ugly money.
Same question, Rip. Name a time in your life where you fell down and you got back up, and how'd you do it?
I had plenty of times where I fell, but I'm gonna give you one instance. I'm gonna say my last time I went to prison. I fell down because they came and got me. You know what I mean? But what I did this time when I went to prison was I rebuilt myself to come home for the win.
Smart.
You know what I mean? I educated myself. I aligned myself with the tools that was necessary to be open-minded, to be willing to accept the help that I needed to make the complete change. And I think that was the biggest thing for me that helped me be the person that I am today and put me in the position that I am right now, is to having the ability to be open-minded to change, be accountable for my actions, and everybody be accountable for theirs.
Amen, brother.
That ugly money.
Hey man, before we get out of here, bros,
that ugly money.
y'all are a testament, man, to just perseverance, dog, and just rising above the circumstances. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people would have gave up. A lot of people would have went back. A lot of people would have went down. You know what I mean? And the fact that you guys continue to rise and give back and be a blessing and a lesson to other people is a testimony in itself.
That ugly money.
Before we get out of here, man, let these folks know where to follow you at, where they can tap in with you, whatever they need to know when it comes to Khalil, and then we'll do Rip.
You can follow me on Instagram at Real Moolah Khalil, Real Moolah 43, Khalil, and Face the Eyes also on all platforms: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, well, you name it.
That ugly money.
Rip, talk to him.
That ugly money.
Shout out to Hookfish. I want to give a big shout out to my manager Trish, my son Dale. You know what I mean? Shout out to Hookfish, man, for the win. But you can find us on Facebook at Hookfish, Instagram Hookfish, TikTok Hookfish. Everything is Hookfish. Hookfish for the win.
Yeah. Hey man, when I come to Rochester, I'm coming to Hookfish.
Come on.
Hey Rochester, y'all need to pay attention. These boys that came all the way down there in Atlanta. They with the big dog.
That ugly.
Rochester, they putting on for y'all. Support these boys, man.
That ugly money.
You see Khalil, salute him.
That ugly money.
Hey man, you ride past Hookfish, go and get you a fish sandwich or something in that motherfucker and pay for what it is. Don't goddamn ask for no discount, bitch ass nigga.
That ugly money.
Remember, the bigger the dream, the bigger the rich, the bigger the payoff. This has been the Ugly Money Podcast with Khalil and Real. It's that ugly money.
That ugly money.